The US just announced that XRP will take place of the dollar. This is confirmed by the largest hedge fund manager in the United States of America, who confirms that President Donald Trump is purchasing XRP in the millions for the federal USA Treasury reserves and confirms that over 654,390 billion can and will start being facilitated onto the XRP ledger, so displaying a great skill and power of the XRP ledger revolutionary technology. Remember that the great burn of XRP will also show up in the following 72 hours, as the genuine token presale will end in mass. Every transaction carried out will also burn XRP on the XRP ledger. Thus, not only is $650 trillion entering the XRP ledger, generating the possible value of over $11,517 per XRP. Once more, this might start in the next 72 hours. Actually, it will start in the next 72 hours, since that is when the actual token presale will formally end. Officially, it will also go live. We have heard centralized adjustments mentioned. Again, I will be linking down below the description. This is going to be hitting to a whole other level, the genuine token. But XRP's price will also start to soar, maybe finishing $11,517. Though it seems unthinkable, this is where we are right now with the expected large burn and the impending XRP buying frenzy. And to top of the solve, $11,517 per XRP doesn't seem that outrageous, given the $650 billion that is almost entering the XRP ledger. Consider this as well. Should XRP soar $11,000, real token, if it were to merely capture the $600 trillion that it is enabling onto the exit realtor, then $6,500 each real token now cost as 2 cents. 2%. It's unbelievable. 2 cents for each actual token. And envisioning it, it will explode to $6 million if it helps all the money it should be able to. Ignore this, though. Let us say just 20%. 20% of actual token. We are talking about million USD. If 20% of these 600 billion went into the actual token, and if just 2% into the actual token, we are referring to a $130,000 per real token. Since this is based on the next pillars. Though only consider the figures here, envision XRP as also quite optimistic. Real token is concluding in 72 hours and is surging even right now during its pre-sale. We will thus be going through the biggest breakout in the next 72 hours. Thus, gentlemen, if you are viewing this video, this is quite optimistic, something you have most likely never encountered. Here, though, the money is made getting in before the pre-sale ends. Like, I'm not financialized. It is not financialized. I can always help with our study, but this thing has a 100% BENEX mark. That comes with an 8.7 total. Low risk for holdings indicates not crazy centralized, really very clean KYC team. This is actually a quite optimistic crew that has visited Ripple and made announcements several times. They have done all that is very optimistic. They released information and VAX. RealFi, the actual solution supporting the real token created on the ACIP ledger, is creating a whole ecosystem, though. Ecosystem, most importantly, serves as a payment and real estate solution. This implies that they are all in one, enabling real estate payments, and naturally, this is quite brazen. Payverify.com allows you further information about them. The entry will be underneath the description. You can purchase it by really visiting payverify.com, clicking on actual token, and you will be sent inside their pre-sale link. Thus, bear it in mind as well, since we are offering free XRP. Therefore, by arranging an old employing money in the description and completing a transaction, you can literally obtain free XRP. Less than 5 minutes are needed overall throughout the process. Once more, this is a cooperation we have undertaken. You simply have to execute a transaction on Uphold utilizing my link in the description. Let us now turn to the video. There is plenty of material to cover. Already we are starting it hot. XRP USD is being delisted on exchanges when all buy and sell orders have been reversed to November 10th of 2024. Why is this occurring? Still, something major is under development. The new world system scheduled to replace US dollars. Actually, this explains why it is occurring. Pair XRP to USD shouldn't matter now. For what reason? XRP replaces US dollars, hence you don't require a pair. XRP will be in and of itself the pair itself. They therefore want XRP holders to be not wealthy. Furthermore, this is verified. Just give this some thought. Following the liquidation of short positions, the matching long positions were not supplied, resulting in a counterparty incurring or presenting negative balances, refusing to settle XPSD deals and asking us to claw back prior settlements. But right here is what they neglect to tell you. Additionally, open XRP USD holdings, as well as active limit and stock market orders, will be cancelled. There will be complete refunding of any fees running with current, as well as margin set aside for these deals. Guys, we do not want that. They are essentially returning the XRP and paying you money back as a refund. Since XRP, as we mentioned, would be valued at more than $11,000, maybe starting in the next 72 hours, we desire XRP. We might thus perhaps observe that large pump in the next 72 hours. And this is the very, very crucial reason we advise not to. Store your XRP somewhere else than exchanges. You want to remove it from trade? You want it in cold wallets. Since the Federal Reserve is trying to seize all of the XRP, you want to lock your XRP since these exchanges are targeting it especially. Actually, there have been reports of a resolution approved allowing the Federal Reserve Bank, crazed enough, to forbid retail purchase of XRP, thereby extending a relationship they are developing with Ripple Labs. Currently, this cooperation is a cross-border one for the FedNow payments system, whereby Ripple Labs, working with the Federal Reserve, will be able to enable all of the payments made outside of the United States across borders, using the urban land system, which is supported by and directly leverages the XRP ledger country-to-country transaction from USA to China, USA to Mexico, USA to Canada, USA to any country in the European continent. All of this will be enabled. This is the money leaving. Once more, we are discussing $11,000 per XRP with 650 billion. Only one market available on the XRP ledger. Imagine when you discuss the United States debt, the United States cross-border payments, when we discuss central banks founded by nations such the Republic of Palau, the Republic of Montenegro, and many more others. All of this is happening right now and quite rapidly. And the volume of money expected to enter XRP, well, it most likely will cause a supply shock far greater than the $11,517.34 per XRP price estimate discussed here. And once more, they know. This is a really big point. These establishments are aware of XRP's actual worth, and what it will be at the price range after all the money gets enabled. Even XRP's creator Arthur Bichu, co-founder of Ripple Labs, reportedly said that XRP is meant for $10,000 and must be scalable to support 7,500,000,000 individuals. Guys, BlackRock, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, all these people know is XRP has actual worth. Furthermore, it's not even to sell XRP, since they most likely want it for usage on their system, not for flipping. They must use RippleNet if they wish to enable payments for a lower cost